Hi everyone, my name is Sophie. I'm the co-founder and CEO of EntoCellular, where we are creating new protein for pets from insect cells. Why are we doing that? Well, I don't think I need to convince anyone here that we desperately need new protein to feed our world sustainably, and pets are no exception. So if dogs and cats were a nation, they would rank 5th in global meat consumption. I also hope I don't need to convince anyone here today that cultivated meat is one of many very promising future food solutions. But as we've heard today, and as many of us know all too well, this growing lots and lots of farm animal cells at a price point that is acceptable is really hard. And so at EntoCellular, we are questioning why, when we grow meat from cells instead of whole animals, are we restricting ourselves just to species that are easily domesticated? And instead, why don't we go for cells that grow best in bioreactors? And that is where the insects come in. So insect cells create real animal protein, but we can cut 90% of the input costs compared with traditional farm animal cell culture. They don't need growth factors, they don't need albumin, sorry Natalie. They can grow in completely protein-free media in high-density single-cell suspension in very simple growth requirements. So I could grow them in this room today without any special equipment as long as I had a sterile container to hold them in. This is based on 10 years of research at Tufts University. This is what these cells look like under the microscope and when we freeze dry them and harvest them in the next panel. And as I had mentioned, our target market is pet food. And as a B2B supplier of entoprotein, which is our product, in the next slide. So entoprotein is cultivated insect cell biomass, 100% real animal protein. It has all the essential amino acids and micronutrients that pets need. And to date, we have grown 1 kilogram of our entoprotein at the lab scale. We've also made this pet treat prototype, which has received great interest from local pet treat experts like Zuko, shown there. And it is so exciting to be here today because it marks 1 year of our commercialization journey of the insect cell work. So in January of 2025, we received an Acorn Innovation Grant from Mass Ventures, and that allowed us to put a commercialization lens on our academic research project. And the results from this grant gave my co-founder, Michael, and I inspiration to apply to the Derby Entrepreneurship Center's New Venture competition, where we won first place in the life science track. And this gave us the confidence that we needed to really go fully into this venture, which has resulted in, over the past year, following this New Venture competition, raising over $130,000 in non-dilutive funding, as well as participation in multiple accelerators. And along the way, Michael and I graduated with our PhDs from the Kaplan Lab. And I mentioned here that this is backed on over about a decade of academic research, which is multiple PhDs. So it's very important to note that before Natalie was as famous as she is today in this room for all of her accomplishments, she gained early fame when her research was picked up by Fox News. If anyone wants to see that whole clip, you can find me later. But looking forward, our next 2 big milestones are securing our product market fit as well as lowering our production cost. And we're very lucky to work with the CellAg Commercialization Lab to do so. And as we continue looking forward, our next big goals are regulatory approval, as well as scaling our production with the CDMO and getting our MVP into the hands of customers. We envision our first pet food market niche to be insectivore reptiles, following that premium cat and dog treats. The team right now is Dr. Michael Saad and myself. We've worked together for the past 5 years in graduate school, and it's really, really fun to work together on this venture now. Our advisors don't need any introduction. It's David and Natalie, and Michael's adorable dog, Lolo, and excited for the conversation.
Thanks so much, Sophie.